Even though I'm fairly new to Stitch Fix, I do consider myself a bit of a fan. Um, hadn't even heard of it about 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, and saw the commercial and was like, whoa, I like this idea. Signed up for it, and when I finally got my first fix, I was pretty pleased. Did decide to buy all 5 items. I've watched a number of unboxing videos on YouTube. I joined a group on another social media site in which we show each other what we got and ask for suggestions on how to pair it with items. And a couple ladies at work have decided to join me, and they have also signed up for Stitch Fix as well. But as much as I like Stitch Fix, I realize that they're not perfect, or maybe they're not perfect for everyone. And I was watching some videos, some travel videos, and there's a gentleman that I've watched a number of his travel videos, especially European ones. And he talks about the 5 things you're going to love and hate about a particular destination. And I thought that's a really great idea. There are things that I think that I love about Stitch Fix. And then there's things that aren't quite as great or as wonderful. They don't really bother me that much, but for some people, they may be deal breakers. So I'm going to borrow from him his concept of the 5 things you're going to love and the 5 things you're going to hate, and I'm going to use it on Stitch Fix. So in order to keep the video lengths down, I'm going to do 2 separate videos, and the first one is going to be the 5 things you're going to hate about Stitch Fix. So number one is the lack of control. Let's face it, you're handing control over to a complete stranger, someone who doesn't know you, and you're saying, hey, send me 5 articles of clothing and we'll see how you do. And sure, you fill out a style profile, you write a note to the stylist, you can pin things till you're blue in the face on your Pinterest board, but you're really giving up control to somebody else. And for some women, they're really going to struggle with that. They don't want to give up control of anything to do with what they wear or how they do their hair or their makeup or anything to anybody. So that could be an issue for some. Me, thank you. You just took a chore off my hands. But the second thing you might not like is that you feel that your stylist doesn't get you. And that could be a very real possibility. You may get a bad stylist or a lazy stylist or someone who just didn't really interpret your note in your Pinterest board the way that you would hope. Even I had problems with it. Not would I say huge problems, but um, in my style profile, I wrote that I had been in a rut and that I had a tendency to reach for the same 5 or 6 outfits over and over again. And I wore a lot of solid colors and dark colors, and I wanted to get out of this rut. I wanted more color in my wardrobe. And then in the note to stylist, I said that I mentioned what some of my hobbies were, and one of them was traveling, and that I liked a little bit of whimsy. Not a whole lot of whimsy, but maybe a fun pin or earrings or something. Just a little bit of whimsy. Just something that makes it a little fun and not taking myself so seriously. I also mentioned that I wore a lot of navy. Now, I mentioned that I wore a lot of navy because I didn't say no to any color because I wanted to make sure I kept myself open. But I mentioned that saying I meant it as don't send me any navy. So what do I get? I get a navy top with a little print of the Eiffel Tower all over it. So obviously she read my note that I liked to travel, that I liked a little bit of whimsy, but it wasn't navy. So obviously she didn't take navy as don't send me any navy. She probably, or he, because my stylist name is Sean, and I don't know if Sean's male or female, but um, took the fact that I wear a lot of navy as I love navy. Please send me navy. So here I am with a navy top with the Eiffel Tower scattered all over it. So the third thing you may not like about Stitch Fix is they only give you 3 business days to make up your mind. Now, granted, if you go to a department store, you don't get 3 days. You have to make up your mind right then and there. But you can take the stuff home and later return it if you find, you know what, I thought that this would work with these shorts, but no, it's just not going to work, or these shoes are just not going to cut it. One of my favorite department stores, which is Belk, which is a southern department store, they give you 180 days to return an item. I mean, granted, it needs to be unused, it needs to have the tag still on it, but they still give you 180 days to return an item. Obviously, a company like Stitch Fix can't give you 180 days, but there are other subscription companies out there. One that I tried is called Trunk Club. They give you 5 days to decide if you want to keep an item or return it. I wish that Stitch Fix would give you just another day or two. Depending on when your box arrives, you may not have time to try everything on right then and there. And so if you don't try it on, and if you don't let them know right away if you're keeping it or returning it, your credit card could be charged for all 5 items. So the fourth thing that I think that could be considered a negative or something that you might hate about Stitch Fix is you pay this $20 styling fee, and I'm fine with the $20 styling fee because if you buy something, they take that $20 off the price of your items. Whether you buy one item or you buy all 5 items, you get that $20 back. So then there is no styling fee and your shipping and handling was free. But what if you don't like your box? What if you really just feel that nothing in it worked and going up or down the size is not the answer? It's you hated the colors, you hated the cut, you hated the fit, you hated everything about that box. Well, you're out that $20. And most of us, myself included, I don't want to throw $20 away. So yeah, if I get a less than successful box, I'm going to try and think of something. Something in that box needs to work for me so I don't lose that $20. And that brings us to the final thing that I think the majority of people hate about Stitch Fix, and that's the price. It is pricey. I mean, it's not pricey as far as it's not like every item in your box is $150 unless you told them, yes, I have no problem paying $150 to $200 for each item. I know a lot of women probably pick cheap as possible or maybe the $50 to $100 range. Um, that's what I did. I picked $50 to $100 except for shoes. I said that I'd be willing to pay more for. And my first fix, I was really pleased with the prices of everything in my box, so I was fine with that. When I did Trunk Club, I did kind of the same price range. I got a sweater that was $300. I mean, I didn't keep it, of course, but yeah, she sent me a $300 sweater. So I'm not aware of anyone who does Stitch Fix getting something that costs $300. I believe there's a dress out there that a lot of people have pinned loving it, but it's a $200+ dress. So I'm not sure how many people are actually buying that dress. Um, Sort of a comparison in the prices. One of the items in my first fix was a pair of pink capris. They were a nice thick material that would hold its shape. They were $64. Last week I went to Belk. I bought a pair of white dress pants. They're actually very similar. The material weight, kind of the style of these capris, except for these were cropped pants. And they were $60. So the price was very comparable. However, at Belk, these white pants that I bought were on sale for 50% off, so they were only $30. Plus, as a loyal Belk customer who has a Belk credit card, I got an extra 20% off, so I only ended up paying $24 for that pair of white pants. You don't get that kind of deal when you do Stitch Fix. There's nothing is on sale. The best you can hope for is if you love everything in your box and you pick all 5 items, you say, yes, I'm going to take all 5 items, they'll give you a 25% discount off the price of your box. So in my first box, my total came to $252. But because I bought all 5 items and I got the 25% discount, that took off $63. And then they took off my $20 styling fee purchase credit, so I paid $169 for the 5 items, and I was really happy with that price. I got this necklace, this blouse, another top, the capris, and a really pretty dress. So I was pleased. I was all right with the prices. But yes, if you go to Kohl's or TJ Maxx or Marshall's, or you hit up any of your favorite department stores when they're having a major sale, you can do better. So those are my 5 hates about Stitch Fix. My next video is going to be the 5 things you're going to love about Stitch Fix.